Hey everybody, Ted Forbes here and welcome back to the Art of Photography. I want to do another recommendation video for you guys today. We did one of these last month and it's a lot of fun because it gives me an opportunity to give shout outs to some people that I think are really deserving because they're really doing some fantastic work. And so I'm gonna go ahead and set up a playlist for this on the channel. So if you click on the info card, you can see more, and we'll do these maybe once a month or so. But I want to start out today with a photographer that I started following on YouTube probably about 2 or 3 years ago, who I think is absolutely fantastic. A gentleman by the name of Ben Horne. Ben is an excellent photographer. He shoots large format 8x10, usually color transparency work, and he does a lot of landscape outdoor location work at places like Zion National Park, Neon Canyon, Utah. He has some stuff where he's gone to Death Valley. And what I really like that Ben does is his YouTube channel is set up a little bit differently than what people normally do on YouTube. And what Ben does is he keeps his YouTube channel as a bit of a journal in his progress and his own development and what he's thinking. And so it's a lot of behind the scenes. And so if you're interested in large format photography, or more specifically, if you're interested in landscape photography, Ben is the guy. He is a fantastic photographer. He's a really nice guy as well. We've talked on email a little bit, and I really think very highly of Ben. So go check him out. I'm going to put links to everybody in the show notes, and make sure you know how to get to their YouTube channel and their website and all that stuff. But I really wanted to give Ben a shout out because I just think he's very deserving, very community based in the way he does his channel, and I think he's doing some amazing work. Second person I want to give a shout out today to is a gentleman by the name of Paul Griffiths. And Paul contacted me, I guess it was probably about a year ago, and said he's doing this YouTube channel and this show and wanted to know if he could do an interview with me. And I said sure, and I started checking him out, and I was like, wow, this guy's really legit. Paul has something that's really cool, and he sets up his channel very unconventionally as well. And so his whole premise is called Live and Uncut. And what he does is every show that he does is actually a live show that you can watch as it's happening. He does everything with Google Hangouts, and then he archives everything so you can see stuff in the show as well. And he's had some pretty amazing guests on there. I think most impressively, he had Michael Kenna on there fairly recently. I have no idea how Paul got Michael Kenna to do an interview, but I'm so glad he did. It's a wonderful interview. In fact, just start there. That's a great place to start watching. And I think Paul does exceptional work. Some of the other people he's talked to on the show are people like Brooks Jensen, who you probably recognize as the person who publishes Lens Work, which is an excellent photography magazine. Renzi Ruiz is another great photographer, and one of my favorite photographers, Kevin Meredith. And I'll talk about Kevin for a second because Kevin and I met back in the old Flickr days, and there's a great interview that Paul does with Kevin on there. Kevin is probably better known by his online handle, which is a Lomo Kev. And Kevin had a Lomo LCA when lomography started becoming popular, and he's moved way beyond that now, but the name still sticks. But Kevin is a fantastic photographer as well, and a super, super nice guy. We talked a little bit a couple years ago when Kevin was putting a book together, and he called me to see if he could use an analogy, and I told him, well, it's not mine, but you're welcome to use it. But anyway, Kevin is super cool. He's an amazing photographer. Follow him online. He's on Instagram. He's got a website, and he does some amazing work. But I've got 2 more recommendations for you today. And the first one is not a photography recommendation. And I think it's important sometimes as photographers for us to get outside the photography world a little bit to draw some additional inspiration. So I try to throw one into the mix that's not photography related. But I want to talk about my friend Adrienne Stortz. And Adrienne has a wonderful channel called Xoxo Cooks. And if you're interested in healthy alternative foods or making food yourself, or maybe you're making food to do food photography with, I think Adrienne has a wonderful channel. One, she has really cool glasses, which you've probably already noticed here. And she really does an outstanding job on this. She's a lot of fun. I met Adrienne last year when we were both in Los Angeles. She lives in Brooklyn and I'm in Texas. And we met and we're talking. At the time, we both had day jobs. I don't know if she still has hers or not, but we were talking about kind of some of the issues with doing a YouTube channel and your spare time and all the work that goes into that. And I went and checked out her work, and she does some great stuff. And so go over and check it out. If you're interested in cooking, I really like her channel. I think she's done some amazing things, and she's definitely worth checking out. And then finally, I want to end on what I think is a very cool story. And I want to talk about a friend of mine named Daniel Duarte. And Daniel does not have a YouTube channel, but he's an amazing photographer and he has a really nice body of work. Daniel is a fan of my show, and he contacted me on social media, and just over the last year or so, we've kind of become friends and we message back and forth a lot. And I know most recently he was trying to get into the MFA program at the Massachusetts College of Art and Design, into their photography program, which has turned out people like William Wegman. It's a very, very well-respected program over there. And anyway, I was wishing him luck. Anyway, he sent me a message the other day and said that he had got in and he will be studying with Abelardo Morel coming up. And so I want to give a major congratulations to Daniel, because I think that's such a cool story. He sent me a little thank you thing and said, hey man, you know, you're a big inspiration. And I said, dude, this had nothing to do with me. You're very talented and you got in and you're a great guy. And so I wish Daniel all the luck in the world with that. I think that he's in for an amazing treat and a wonderful experience doing a master's in this program. So anyway, I want to give him a shout out because I know he works really hard. Check out his website. There's some amazing stuff on there. He's got a photo blog where he does kind of less formal work that does some really interesting things. He shoots on film, large format, medium format, and he has a wonderful series in his portfolio section called That Which Remains. And it's kind of this study of mortality and this metaphor and kind of comparison that's drawn between ancestry and these flowers that are done, you know, with this really wonderful process of large format. And I think Daniel's an exceptional photographer, and I highly recommend you check out his work. So anyway, once again, guys, I like to do these about once a month. I will link up to a playlist on this if you want to see more, but I think all these people deserve a shout out because I think they're really doing some inspiring work, and this is what inspires me when I see people doing this level of stuff, and I want to share that with you guys. So anyway, as always, if you enjoyed this video, remember to like it and share it with your friends, and as always, subscribe to The Art of Photography for more videos. We have a ton of stuff we're doing these days, and I don't want you to be left out on any of the coolness, so remember to hit the subscribe button and join us online. Anyway, once again, guys, this has been another episode of The Art of Photography. I'll see you guys in the next video. Later.